Sagittarius, welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below. Oops, sorry. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below, and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. I do have playlists set up by astrological sign with the most recent reads moving backward. So if you're looking for an old read or you want to check out the last couple, I have made that easy for you. Ooh. Hope, potential, communication? Hey. What up, Saggy? Okay. Fun, flirtatious communication and energies moving forward. And this is an interesting card. So the Page of Pentacles, I can look at two different ways in regards to this. One is somebody who is very mature as a child, had to grow up a little quickly, but then in their adulthood, they just, I don't want to say they don't seem mature, but it seems like they didn't let go of their childish, whimsical, dreamy nature. You know what I mean? The other way that I can see this is that this is somebody, and this could be very specific to a few. This is somebody who is just finishing up an apprenticeship. Now, these days, an apprenticeship is either going into a trade in the traditional way, or somebody just graduating high school or college and ready to move on to the next thing with a lot of emotional fulfillment and pride. Okay? So I see a lot of hope moving forward, and I see a reworking of resources moving forward. I see a lot of happy energy and flirtatious communication. This is a time of joy. This is when you feel like you have the world in your hands and you want to share that joy and feeling with somebody else. This is a beautiful hope. I like it. I almost want to end the read right here just to have a good read. But now we're going to move into the nines. So you fear um, the Nine of Cups in a more modern sense can represent codependency. So here, this is about flirtatious energy and independence. Here, you feel like you're still relying on someone or someone else, and you feel that you will have to defend yourself or defend your position in order to move forward. Okay? So it's almost like you're fighting with yourself not to fall into a codependence, a point of codependency. Or if you're that college graduate, you may just not want to move back into your parents' house. You know? You're like, oh, darn it, do I have to do that? um, the reality of the situation is a little rough. You're wrestling with your dual nature, you know? There's decisions that have to be made. There's nurturing decisions that have to be made. There's managerial decisions that have to be made. Um, there's the easy way out. There's the hard path. You're actually deciding between these things, and it's causing you a little bit of anxiety and keeping you up at night. I'm going to be honest, the Nine of Swords hasn't peeked its head out much this past month, but I've done 9 reads now, and it's been coming up quite a bit. So if you're having anxiety, you're not the only one. It could have something to do with the lunar eclipse coming up if you subscribe to that belief system. But yeah, you're having difficulty. You're wrestling with your dual nature. And that is causing you anxiety. See, you're looking for illumination and strategy. You are looking to come up with a plan because you don't want to fall into this codependent. You don't want to rely on somebody else. You have all this hope and all this potential in your hand, and you feel really good. You don't want to have to then turn around and ask somebody for help. And as you're wrestling with your dual nature and losing sleep over it, you're actually losing sleep because you're seeking illumination on this strategy moving forward. And you don't want to just come rushing in and make a bunch of changes and not really have them hold real consequence. You don't want to cause chaos in your life where chaos doesn't need to be. You want a good, solid strategy because you have this potential and you're willing to put in a little bit of work. I think the way to resolve this situation is to stop staying up late at night and thinking about it and actually put some time in the middle of the day when you're at your best self instead of just running through and trying to get every task done. Prioritize 20 minutes every day to sit and reflect on this situation. Okay? On this you going back and forth in your head against feeling independent and like you have all the resources and you can make all the change, but then you're codependent on this other thing and you don't want to be codependent on this other thing and you're very defensive against that, right? Take the time and think about this during the day when you're in a better state of mind rather than staying up late at night worrying about it. Get yourself a plan of action. That's what you're looking for. You're not going to find a plan of action waking up in the middle of the night. You're going to find a plan of action when you prioritize this particular issue and you put a little bit of time aside, you take pen to paper, and you make a list of pros and cons. Or you list all the things you know you don't want and you won't put up with. And then inevitably, if you list enough of the or if you list enough of the things you don't want, you'll have a much shorter list of the options of the things that you do want and the choices that you can make moving forward. By process of elimination, you'll have a better choice. If you just rework and reprioritize the time that you think over this situation. Sagittarius, I hope you found a message that serves your highest good. And if you are that college graduate, congratulations. Proud of you. I'll see you guys next time.